Good morning, everybody. TBR Solutions Sports Forum is back with Shakes Ngwenya, a former Mamelodi Sundowns utility player. But I saw the best of football in Shakes adverts. Hey, this guy used to give me a headache. I remember the Cosmos fan, but hey, this guy man was used to worry me. And I was worried, why Jomo can't get this guy? And when he went to Sundowns, hey, I was disappointed. You know why I was disappointed, Shakes? Hey, Sundowns were
Yes.
not taking our players. They took Pito, they took Phil Singer, William Zondi. Hey, yeah, yeah. You know these guys? Yeah, I hated them for that. And they took you as a G was. Yeah, yeah, they go against these guys. Shakes, kindly greet the viewers.
Hi, Prasobri. Thanks for having me on the show, and also greetings to our viewers.
Shakes, I know that today very soon you are taking the young man to the games. Where is he playing today?
He's playing at Highlands, Prasobri, in Alex. Yeah,
Okay,
his job,
okay.
his job.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I job,
we
he
we
job,
have
he
to
job,
give
he
them
job.
that opportunity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
look, I'm showing the fixture. Let me move this a little bit. As you can see, Richard Bay, they are playing Marumo today at 3 o'clock. And then Swallows is playing Cape Town City. Peter Mukaba, 5 o'clock. Kaizer Chiefs play Marisbeck, 7:30. And then Wednesday, which is tomorrow, Amazulu, they're playing Supersport United. I'm sure you can see yourself. And then Chipa United, they're playing Royal AM in PE. And then Mamelodi Sundowns are playing TS Galaxy and Skukune and Stellenbosch versus Orlando Pirates. But now, Shakes, that's the fixture. They are becoming thick and fast these days. Now, I want us to look at what do you call um, what do you call? I want us to look at what Kaizer Junior said. Kaizer Junior said he's pleading with Kaizer Chief fans to be patient with Arthur Zwane. Now, I always argue and say that's how Pito started. People are arguing here. Arthur does not have experience and all that. The same with Pito when he started with Supersport. There was no experience, all right? But he played football, he had qualifications, and then he took over. And not only that, there were people who were supporting and encouraging him, people like Coach Kabuzonde and so on. So there must be a start at some point. But you see, the problem with Arthur's situation, Chiefs is a big team. The pressure is so huge. And the fans are not used to waiting. Chiefs, they are like Man United. All right. But if you ask me as an individual, I strongly believe that Arthur is gonna do well. And I'm happy with the support that Kaizer Junior is giving him. I think Kaizer Junior is talking like somebody who played football, and he understands that in football you need, some time for you to get things right. Shakes, you're a former footballer. Let's deal with that one quickly so that we move on to the other subjects. Shakes?
Yeah, Prasobri. That one was yes, Prasobri.
Yeah, I
Can
can
you hear
hear you.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you quite clearly. You can go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Prasobri. What I was saying is that we always knew, as football people, easy. Kaiser Chiefs has a whole new team, so it's gonna take time for them to gel and Luckily enough, they've got Kaizer Junior now, somebody who understands the game and understands that how football works, despite the fact that, yes, Kaizer Chiefs is a big brand and the supporters are expectant of big things, but we always knew that it's going to be difficult. It won't just come easy. Football doesn't work like that. So Arthur still needs time to get those players to gel, and I'm sure he's going to do well. It's going to take time, but it was obviously going to be the case of are those supporters going to give him a chance, and supporters, they don't understand, they want results, but in football it doesn't work like that, and it's going to take a bit of time for Kaizer Chiefs, but I've got faith
Okay, Shakes, I don't know. You
in
got cut.
Arthur Zwane. He knows the culture of Kaizer
Okay.
Chiefs. He's Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, although it keeps on breaking. I don't know what's happening, but I heard what you said. And then I also like the way Arthur speaks. Arthur, he shows that he understands football. He said he's not disappointed. Well, he's disappointed, okay, of course. Like anybody, if you don't start with a win, he's disappointed. Then he said he rated them, all the players who played, all the team as a whole, he rated them 4 out of 10. All right. So for me, that shows that he knows where the problem is, and the analysis. He doesn't shower himself with praise and say, we played 8 out of 10, but he says 4 out of 10, which is very consecutive. Tsepan, come in quickly and tell us what's your take. And I just want us to move quickly. And then immediately after you, we move to another subject quickly.
Okay, yes. Regarding the results that happened over the weekend, I mean, it's still the first game. Those are still early days. There's more expected out of that team. That team played well, actually. The team, all of the individuals played well. It's still the game. Players are still rusty. We all know that first games, you cannot judge anyone by playing their first game. So there's still more to come. But we saw signs of improvement and signs of a lot of threats amongst the individual players. So playing again tonight, we'll see what happens during game two. But that was the first game. We cannot hang Coach Arthur Zwane and start blaming the team. So yeah, this is me regarding that matter.
While you're still there, let's move quickly. We wish Arthur good luck tonight. I wish he wins. And then, so I'll continue to root Arthur all the time. All my friends, Habuzondo, I'll root them all the time. And then Al Ahly president has praised Pito, and he went further to say Pito has done extremely well. Unfortunately, there were people internally who were campaigning against Pito. So those are some of exciting news. And then we know that the guy loves Pito so much. And then he believes that, there were people who really wanted to see Pito out at the team. Remember now, Al Ahly is struggling now as we speak. I don't know whether you have noticed that. Sheikhs, you want to say something quickly before we move to other subject quickly?
Yeah, it just goes to show, Prasobri, that what a great coach Pito is. All these journalists, your Mido, who's an ex-player for Egypt, they were always gunning for Pito to leave Egypt. But now the new coach has come in, and Al Ahly is struggling, and now everybody is missing Pito again in Egypt. They want him back, actually. So which shows that what part he played in Egypt. All the supporters, they want him back now, and it's tough now in Egypt. So yeah, just goes to show how big Pito is, and the great job he was doing at Al Ahly. Now he's left, and it's showing.
mm, mm, mm. I'll tell you one thing. I want us to. Well, Picho has already, they left the door open. He said he's maybe doesn't know. Maybe he'll return to Al Ahly. So probably that may happen. Now, a quick one. Orlando Pirates. What was your take about their first game? How did you see that game? Yes, it was a penalty. The one that happened there. But my belief is, coaches, referees are humans. Maybe didn't see it. So more and more call for VAR will always, rear its ugly head for VAR, because had VAR been there, Swallows could have scored and equalized. Sepang, what do you want to say about Pirates game?
Yeah, I know the Pirates played well over the weekend. Also with them, signs of improvements were there. Certain individuals came to the party, they played very well. I mean, even with their attacking, they showed a lot of more aggression, kind of reminding us of the Pirates that we know. From the back line to the midfield, it's just a bit of finishing that's needed within the team that they need to just complete. But I was impressed actually with their first game, They were very solid, hungry. They looked hungry. I don't know if maybe with the crowd being there, Orlando Stadium was packed and they had the support over the weekend, but they played well. Yeah, they played well. I'm not entirely impressed, but they did well. That's what I can say. But the goals are just a missing factor, which we always complain about. But it's still the
Okay.
first game.
I'm saying big up to the fans. They were singing, reminding us of the old days, which is quite good, which is part of our tradition. I hope they are going to fill up the stadiums again today and tomorrow going forward, which will be very much helpful. Now, a quick one. Guys, we saw that John Committees complained that, in fact, he even went to court, according to Sunday World, to force the PSL to allow them to use their jersey, because they were not allowed to use their jersey because they said it is in conflict with NetBank. Remember, they are sponsored by FNB. And then I don't know what's your take about that. And then I tried to speak to the journalist, Homoto Mokwena, who wrote the story, who nicely indicated to me that it is not the right time for him to talk about the story because it's a developing story. All right. So let me give him space. Maybe we'll talk about it later. But what's your take, Shakes? Because you'll be running away. What's your take about this? That PSL had to be forced via legal means.
Yeah, plus with this one, it's difficult for me to comment because I don't know the rules, how the rules work, but just my general feel about it is that we need sponsors for our teams, so that our teams can be more competitive, So I wish a resolution can come through with what's happening with Cape Town City, and they're allowed to use their sponsor because we need the sponsors even for other teams, so we can be more of a competitive team. I mean, we are seeing the two big teams in the country, Orlando Pirates and your Kaizer Chiefs. They have all the sponsors, and to compete. Cape Town City also needs the sponsor, but yeah, like I say, there's rules to everything, so rules must be followed, and I hope a resolution can be met with what's happening.
Okay, Sepang, what's your take quickly?
Yeah, I mean, if a team has a certain sponsor, under their name, I believe that they should carry the sponsorship with them. It's part of well, as Mr. Shakes is saying that he doesn't know the rules as much. Same here. But I mean, if you've got a sponsorship of a certain brand, shouldn't you be wearing the brand, in despite of what is it that the other sponsor is sponsoring? maybe another team or a certain cup competition. But I mean, at the end of the day, there are sponsors, so you are supposed to display your sponsorship, you know. So yeah, we don't know the rules, but maybe we'll hear going forward what's the conflict about.
But this is not for the first time. It happened in 2013, whereby Orlando Pirates were forced not to use their kit of Vodacom during their CAF game because they said it was in conflict with the sponsor of CAF, you know, because the two organizations are in telecommunications. So it is not unique. Now, and then now there are a lot of questions arising there. Are we allowing big business to bulldoze what is happening in football? Because we find ourselves in a situation whereby, remember Morocco Swallows, and I must confess, I tried to contact Cape Town City to get a word from them. They never responded. So probably it's a good thing for them not to respond because the story is developing. They are still going to deliberate on the matter during this week. So maybe to cool off things, let them attend it. Then I also contacted the PSL, tried to get Miss Manto Mazlala to get her comment. And then I was told that she's not available. Probably that's the same reason. It's a developing story. And then the matter is still going to be deliberated. And then I also contacted Banyaza Lusufi. Remember Swallows, they blamed their Who's that they were in this problem as far as the relegation zone due to the fact that they could not be sponsored because they could not be allowed to use Telcom, which was said it was in conflict with a multi-choice Telcom. And then I don't know. So those are some of the questions that we need to get clarity on. I hope the leadership in football will be able to come and give us clarity. I normally argue and say sometimes people, when we as journalists talk about what is happening, they feel like we are attacking. That's not the issue of attacking. We talk what is happening there on the ground and give them the opportunity to respond on the issues that are being raised on the ground. And then I think the time has come whereby the PSL and the leadership in football, but it's not only locally here, throughout the world, that they should not allow sponsors to bulldoze them because this thing of conflict of interest, sometimes it brings a lot of questions. Netbank could not, participate. I mean, FNB because of Netbank. What about ABSA? There was Netbank. There was ABSA League. There was Netbank competition. I think for me, when Vodacom decided to sponsor both Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, even there, they were closing space. Why did they took the two? Why one major telecommunication didn't take Pirates, another one take Chiefs? Do you understand? Because even in that space, Vodacom was closing the space for other telecommunication network like Cell C, MTN, and so on. So those are some of the issues that leadership have to look at them and start analyzing and also sit down with the business because the business community also, they want business, they spend money, that's their money. So and then to protect their brand, to protect their interests, they have to do that, which sometimes if you look at it from a business perspective, it makes a lot of sense. But at some point, I heard John Committee, sometimes he was being interviewed. He said he doesn't see any reason why teams in the PSL don't have sponsor because everybody wants to go to soccer, especially PSL. Everybody wants to sponsor PSL. But now, if these things happen, we'll see a situation like Morocco Swallows. We'll see a situation whereby we have a Black Leopards who will struggle, end up being in the relegation or be relegated. Your Jomo Cosmon, which is my team, of course, and then all those things. So maybe we need to look and revisit these issues. So probably that is why I'm saying maybe our leaders also, when I say leaders, I say football leaders and business leaders. They need to come together and see, as much as it's business, but at the same time, they are there to develop, because we cannot allow a situation only few teams are being well looked after. The rest, it's a question of survival of the fittest. I don't know what are your comments on the issues that I've raised, Shakes, because you're on your way out. What's your take?
Yeah, Prasobs. You've said a mouthful, Prasobs, and all I can say is that I just hope that it can be resolved and that Cape Town City can be allowed to use their sponsors. And like you said, um, all teams should have their sponsors without being bulldozed by other sponsors within the PSL. So I hope the issue can be resolved and Cape Town City are allowed to use their sponsorship. We don't need this kind of legal matters so early in the season, in the PSL. We just want to see the beautiful game being played and a fair competition on the field.
All right, Tsepan, what's your take, especially on the subject that I said when Vodacom went for both Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates? Vodacom was closing the competition. That's my understanding. And we are told we are in a free country. Oh, Jiwas, we are told we are in a free country whereby competition is being encouraged. But Vodacom, by going for both Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates, was closing the space. I don't know. That's my argument. Tsepan?
Yeah, I mean, those are the two teams that are actually close and that are actually, well, I could say that they had the fire, they had the noise back then. So I don't blame certain sponsorships or certain sponsors approaching big clubs because they're the teams that are making the most noise at the moment in the country. So they feel like it's a good investment to invest in them. It only made sense back then, and it's still making sense even now. So, but it's also good for. Well, I would like to see more sponsors, getting more involved into the game because of a lot of investors. I could say they are actually interested now in getting into the soccer, into the soccer industry, the football industry. They want to sponsor these clubs, but they shouldn't just fetch the big teams only, but fetch the small teams as well, grow within these teams. But it will be good to seeing more and more sponsors within the DSTV Premiership as well.
Shakes has put it very nicely and say we don't know the rules, probably, But I'm saying what we are saying. We are not saying PSL is wrong or Cape Town City is correct or whatever, but we are saying let's reflect and then let them look at this. Maybe it's time to revisit the terms and conditions. And then, look at Swallows. Shakes, I want you to talk about this one. They lost Telcom because being told in conflict, I think it was a multi-choice or something like that. But you find Telcom and sponsoring the DSTV awards. So how do you balance the two? So Shakes, I want to hear your comments as far as that is concerned.
Yeah, Prasobs, and it's something that really destabilized Moroka Swallows, plans and Panyanza's plans, when they lost the sponsorship, and yeah, I wish things like that can be
I see that. Okay.
And we'll get better competition, especially. Yes, Prasov?
No, I see you are cutting a little bit, but it's fine. Let's move on quickly. Let's go overseas. Yeah. We saw what happened. Man City, Erling Haaland scoring 2 goals, and then he went for the penalty. Didn't even wait for him to be say no. Can you take this penalty? He just took it and went there. And this is what Pep Guardiola said when they were asking him post match. He said, I like what I like about this player. He went for the ball. He wanted to kick it. So I was very much impressed. He said, one resemblance with Haaland and Messi that I've picked up, he wants to score more. He said, in my soccer career, only Messi that I know, when he scores two, he wants to score three. When he scores three, he wants to score four. When he scores four, he wants to score five. So he said, this is the second player now who I see is not happy even after scoring 2 goals. So what's your take about Man City, Shakes and Erling Haaland?
Yeah, Prasol, we talk about first games of the season in Europe and in the PSL, and we say to other teams that maybe it's just the first game, but we have seen what's going to happen in the English Premiership and in the PSL. With Sundowns, you can see they started like a house on fire, and it's probably going to get worse in terms of their form. And we are seeing it with City as well. The way they have started, you still got your Alvarez on the bench. You've got your Bernardo Silva who didn't start the game, but might be going to Barcelona. So we don't know what's going to happen there. But Man City are really looking strong. And one thing I heard Pep also highlighting was the fact that, people were saying a lot of things about preseason friendly with Haaland, that maybe he won't gel properly. But now they are singing a different tune, So I just think that he's a beast. He showed it there in the first game, that he's a
And I
beast
hear
of a player, and that he's still gonna give it.
Mhm. Yeah, I don't know. It keeps on breaking. I don't know why. I hear that there were journalists who were already starting to compare Haaland with Mbappe and Messi. Said, "No, guys, that's Pep." He said, "Guys, this is too early to compare him. I'm happy he's doing well. He's a youngster. He's growing. So don't compare him with anybody. He doesn't need that pressure. You talk about Mbappe, who has already played few games. I mean, few years. You speak about Messi, who has played so many years. So it's a bit unfair. So yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen. And then come to you, Tsepang, Cristiano Ronaldo. They started him on the bench. Was it a good thing to start him on the bench? How is your reading of Man United in the first game? Eric Hengtek, what do you think? What do you think? Is Man United coming or what? What's happening according to you, Tsepang? Where's Cristiano Ronaldo? Where is his head? Is his head at the right place, or what is happening? Tsepang?
No, first things first. Uh, there was a different Man United that played over the weekend, compared to the Man United that was playing during the preseason friendlies. Um, uh, uh, it was quite shocking. It was a shocking performance, you know, especially them playing. We feel like they choked, or I don't know what happened, but it's just a question mark. Even a lot of people were actually surprised on what happened, what was happening. But with the Ronaldo issue, Ronaldo is still unfit, and the coach did say Ronaldo is still unfit. And yeah, I think for now he's still, for me, this is what I'm seeing. Ronaldo is a bit toxic at the moment, so we don't know what is it that he wants to do or what he wants at the club, because of there isn't any team even currently that wants to touch him. But I think with his attitude at the moment, when a player, you can judge by their body language and reaction that they want something, but you don't know what is it that they want, but they don't want it with the club. But he's still there, but he doesn't show any level of professionalism, even when he was playing, even when he was on the bench, actually. There was a picture that was circulating of him sitting on the bench when he was reacting, when Brighton scored the 2 goals, how he was reacting. I mean, I don't know what is it that he wants to achieve, but I don't agree with his professionalism. His attitude over the past weekend was actually bad, and it actually displayed when he came in on the field. He hardly touched the ball. He hardly changed and influenced the game. So overall, but it was a bad performance from the club. It's still the first game, yes, but it was a very bad one. Nothing has changed in that team at the moment. They haven't convinced us yet.
Shakes, what's your take? What's your take about Man United?
Yeah, just a bit on their defense. They were not playing an easy team. Brighton are a very good team, a very strong side. So yeah, I mean, we were expecting a lot, especially from Ten Hag. I'm expecting a lot because I saw the preseason friendlies and they were looking very good in the preseason friendlies. Your players like your Nacho, who I hadn't seen playing so well for Man United, was doing well in the preseason friendlies. So I was expecting a lot from him. I thought they were going to win that game, but Brighton were definitely the better team of the day. At Old Trafford, they came and they bossed the game. So, yeah, I just hope Man United can improve, because I like the coach and he brings a new dimension to the game, and he brings a style of play that I like, that's going to make it more entertaining. So I hope he can do well and Man United can do well to compete, and be in the Champions League. So, yeah.
What about Rooney? Rooney has just said it's high time that Man United swallow their pride and sell Ronaldo. And then, in fact, he says they need to focus on supporting Eric Hang invest 3-4 years in building and say, we are not going to win anything now, but in 3-4 years' time, we'll be competing. They must buy a young striker, give him a long-term contract, and gone are the days of Ronaldo. But in defense of Ronaldo, for him to react that way, remember Ronaldo is a winner. He wants to win at all times. So, Tepang, what's your take about what Rooney said?
I fully support Rooney's statement because the I could say even the media and even the club as well. So I follow the club very well, even on social media. I would see the things that they would post when Ronaldo's present. The whole attention is centered around him. Okay, I understand. Ronaldo brings in followers, brings in the money, the merchandise. The club does well when he's around, yes. But now the attention is there. When Ronaldo is present, the attention is shifted to him. So everyone is distracted by whatever that he's going to say or do, or even the club as well. So what Rooney is saying is very true, but they need to try and shift that attention somewhere else because they are planning. They're not built around Ronaldo because of. I mean, if someone already is giving you such an impression, then it should tell you something that this is not someone that you could actually rely on. We know
Okay.
he's played his part, he has done everything, but I think that's just something that they need to pay attention to.
Okay, somebody might say Rooney is jealousy of Ronaldo. I'm just saying it in passing, but let's move on quickly. Barcelona, they say now things have changed. They've turned around their fortune. They'll be able to sign their players now. They have activated their third lever of leverage. That is why it is important to have assets because they've sold some of their assets now to ensure that they get the money. They build the team that they want to build. They have sold 49% of their recording studio, which gave them a good money. And then they said, now they are left with one thing, PK to reduce his salary. They say once PK reduced his salary, then they are, in a good position to sign the new players because there was a fear that they may not sign the new players. And then again, they're still talking to Frank de Jong, who's adamant he doesn't want to go to Man United. He wants to play for Barcelona, but at the same time, he doesn't want to reduce his salary. And I saw him when he was playing in the friendly game. He's solid. He's determined. He's playing very well. And both Xavi and Laporta, they've sent a message that we want you to stay here, but on condition that you reduce your salary or you leave. The only person that they want him to leave is him and Martin Breathaway. And then also he's adamant that he's not going to leave until they give him his money that they owe him. And remember, Martin Breathaway, I don't know, no, he's one of the richest players in the world. I don't know, you know about that. He's very rich. So those are some of the issues that we are hearing coming out from Spain. But Barcelona, they look very solid. Ooh, Pedri is a gem. Pedri is, every day when you watch Pedri, you see something new. And you could see that the boy has picked up some habits from Messi, and he's doing well. And then Gavi, and then the young man, Rafinha, is on form. And then Dembele, Xavi, he's spoiled for choice, man, and they're about to add Alonso. It's like they will be signing Alonso soon. So I don't know. It looks like Barcelona, they're a team on a mission. And then before I do the Messi special, let me hear you from you, Tsepa.
Yeah, the Frankie de Jong issue, it's a very tight one. It's a very close one. Um, okay, taking a 40% cut, it's very tough because of I saw one of his lawyers was saying that it's pretty unfair because of Barcelona are actually signing the players that they want currently. They're spending all the big money, but here they want Frankie de Jong to cut his salary. So I think that's one thing that's raising eyebrows even to a lot of people.
That is a bit of irony. That's a bit of irony. Yeah,
Mm, mm.
yeah.
Yeah,
So we don't know. And guess what? They still want a Silva, David Silva,
yeah.
and they want to sign him. They're adamant they're going for him. So
He
hey,
didn't
you know what?
he didn't
Eh?
play over the week for Man City. So
Yeah,
uh,
yeah,
signing, yeah, I think it's getting close. It's
yeah. And
coming along.
yeah. Remember, Pep and Laporta are friends, so don't forget about that one. All right, all right. Last one, let's move on quickly. Let's go to the Messi special, eh? The Messi special. Oh, he played a brilliant game. I don't know whether you saw it. He was so superb. I watched that game, brilliant game. And then, he scored a very beautiful overhead kick. And then, but let me tell you something that we may not know. Jomo used to score such goals many times. It's just that during that time, our football was not so much recognized. But Jomo used to score a lot of such goals. Messi scored 2 goals in that game, and then he had 1 assist, and then 89 touches, big chances created 2, key passes 4, 5 successful dribbles, long ball accuracy 3 out of 3, which is 100%, and then accuracy crosses 3. And he became the man of the match. And let me tell you something. It was a little bit dicey who was going to be the man of the match between him and Neymar, because Neymar was playing well on that day. So what's your take?
Yeah, I mean, so that game, especially that goal, that's doing the rounds. The overhead kick, and controlled it, and then he went for the spectacular as well. I mean, that was incredible. Such agility from him. Actually, we didn't expect that. Yeah, he played very well, but name as well. I was impressed with his performance. Yeah, yeah. There was a debate. Yeah, I think Neymar now has reached his full potential. I think he's back. He's in his prime. I just hope nothing happens until the World Cup with his injuries, but he's doing well. He looks fit as well, very fit and hungry.
I'll tell you one thing. Neymar, if you look at it, if you look at it, I think that is why he wanted Messi to come to PSG, because you can see that influence is working, the influence of Messi. And remember, I was complaining bitterly that Neymar doesn't pass Messi. And then if it were me, I would have been very angry and I would have cut Neymar, in my life. But Messi treated him differently. And I can see it's paying off. And I can see that the relationship between the two, it's getting better and better and better and better. All right. And then, so, I think now I understand why he wanted Messi to stay. He wanted Messi to come at PSG. I don't know what's your take about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's showing, I guess he's comfortable playing around Messi. They both understand each other. They gel so well, very quick, they I mean, those two gave us one of the best performances, of all time I mean, over the weekend. They took us back to the Barcelona days. That is why I'm saying that it was pretty hard to pick who's going to be the man of the match. When both players are in the mood, or such players are in the mood, players that are playing for the same club, one of the biggest players in the world, when they're all in the mood, this is what you get. This is the type of performance you get. So that is why I'm saying that I feel like Neymar is back. He's on his peak, he's on his prime at the moment, and I just hope nothing happens. I really want the best out of Neymar. I really hope that he can win maybe a Ballon d'Or one day. Because I don't know, he's been going for it over these past couple of years.
When Messi wants you to get something, you'll get it. He said it, I want Suarez to get something, either the Ballon d'Or or top goal scorer. And he made it a point that Suarez gets that. Now, let's look at the man of the matches for the past 5 years. This man is a genius, man. 133 men of the matches. Neymar is 68. Ronaldo is there at 62. You know what? There's no comparison between Messi and Neymar. I mean, Messi and Ronaldo. Ronaldo is a big player. I don't dispute that. But Messi is far ahead, man. Far ahead. There's no doubt. What do you want to say about this? Tsepa?
Yeah, I mean, his track record proves and tells us something over the past couple of years, in the
Mm-hmm.
past 5 years, you could say.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, you could actually see his numbers keep on going up,
Yeah.
and they will still go up. No
Mm.
one will actually come close to him.
This is what Ramos says. Ramos says, it's an honor for me to have Messi in the team. I don't have to praise him. I think he praises himself through the game. So what's your take about that?
Yeah, true. I mean, remember when Ramos entered, when he first entered PSG,
Yeah.
I remember him taking a video of his jersey and
Mm.
Messi's jersey,
Yeah.
saying that who would have thought that they would be playing in the same team,
Yeah, no, all of us never saw it coming, eh? All
I
of
mean, he
us,
praised,
all of us never saw it coming, that
yeah,
they will play together at some stage. And guess what? They are together, okay? And then I don't know whether can you see this one of David Beckham?
it has loaded yet. Let's see.
It hasn't come up. Let's
Yeah,
see, let's see.
loaded, yeah.
Yeah, you know what? This guy's got praises all over, man. And sometimes I wonder when people don't see that this man is a genius. Just like Pep Guardiola said, you don't have to, he says, don't 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 coach him, just watch him. That's Pep Guardiola. Said, don't tell him anything, just watch him. Can you see it now?
Yeah, I see it now.
David Beckham says, my sons love Messi more than they love me. They are fans of Argentina. Every player, every fans love Lionel Messi. All right. And I hear people say, no, Messi hide behind this niceness. He's not a nice guy. This guy is genuinely nice. You know, just listen to the Argentinian players. You know, they love him. You know, it's not a joke. They really love him. You could see Paredes, you know, all of them, you know, they always want to be in his company, you know. But although I've picked up that he says his best friends, guess who? Says his best friends. Guess who?
I know it's Suarez and Cesc Fabregas, as
He
far as
says,
I know.
he says Suarez is his best friend. That's according to him. You know, I thought you'd say Aguero because they grew up together. But he loves all of them, but he thinks Suarez. You know, remember Suarez is back to his home country, and in his first game, Messi sent him a message on a TV screen to say, I'm happy that you are there, and I'm happy that you are back on your home country. Last one, thank you very much. It was a very long show. I didn't want it to be so long, but unfortunately, it became so long. So we need to manage that so that we make them small, very short. Thank you very much. I don't know. Can greet the viewers. You can be the viewers farewell.
Yeah, no, thank you very much, Mr. Sabadell. And yeah, to Mr. Shakes as well. Yeah, it was a lovely show.
Yeah, Sheikh said to leave because he had to take the son to the games.
Yes, yes.
Thank you very much. And then please continue to subscribe. And then we see our number is climbing. We appreciate. And then because the more you subscribe, the more we'll get better. And then as we get better, we'll reinvest whatever that we get back to the show to make it better. So to even buy better equipments to be a better looking, sports forum. This is TBR Solution Sports Forum. I think. Hello, everybody. My name is the Sobre Boys, Wanafatsi from a TBR Solution. TBR Solution is a financial company that helps people to be financially savvy. I'm sure these days you are aware that prices are very up in terms of petrol, in terms of goods and services, prices are very, very high. Now, these days, we are on a campaign to help those members of GPF or government employees, especially if you are 55 years old or above and you are contemplating to resign or go on pension in 3 months' time. Give us a call or drop us a WhatsApp, then we'll call you back so that we help you to get your money expeditiously, as compared to sometimes people get their money after a long time. We will then transfer your money from GPF to Allen Gray, whom we have a relationship with. And the good news is, once the money has been transferred, you will choose how much you want to earn. If you happen to pass on, your spouse will also get the same amount. Then if it happens that both of you passes on, you would have appointed or selected beneficiaries. It could either be your children or anyone else. And there's nothing like age limit that they must be 22 or below. Even if they're above 22, they'll be able to get the inheritance from you. So that's how flexible it is. And then I know that sometimes people they worry about medical aid and all that. We also have with other partners who assist you to get a medical aid. So if you want to learn more and get more information pertaining to that, just drop us a WhatsApp. We'll therefore come back to you. I thank you.